Radio. Shout it.
Hot 1079, it's your boy B Hot Radio shouting. A-Town, I got family in the building. KB from the Face Mob. What's good with it, boss?
What's good with it, man?
Man, feeling good, feeling great. Now, I mean, KB, I need you to take me back to day one, man, because what I'm still trying to figure out is how did a man from the A-Town wind up in Texas, man?
Oh, man. Well, how that started, I met Face at the Gate. It was a club called The Gate over on Columbia Drive.
Yeah.
And they had a show over there, the Ghetto Boys, and me and my partner Big Slim, we slid through there. I had a rest in peace, my partner Omar from my hood. He used to work security at the back door. So he slid me in the back door to meet him. And so once I got back there, man, it was some little couple guys singing for him and shit, man. So they were singing and shit. So man, I was so excited, man. I pushed them little niggas out the way, man, and then started rapping. So Face was like, he was shocked, like, damn, okay, nigga, go ahead, rap then. He said, you better snap. So I got to rapping. And by the time I got to rapping, man, I look up, it's about 20, 25 dudes that started lining up trying to rap for him. So he was like, hey, I tell you what, you go through all them, you coming with me. And so, man, I had to literally battle like 20, 25 dudes, like at the same time, going down the line, just pop, 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 popping them off at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, once he saw that, he like, man, come on, come to the back. We went to the back to the tour boys. He gave me, he had the Skytail page. He gave me the Skytail page. He gave me the number. Said, man, look, I'm on tour. I'll be off tour in a couple of weeks, man. When I get off tour, I'm gonna bring you out to Houston.
Yeah.
And so it was like that. That's how we first met.
Talk to me about when you touched down in Houston, man, and you realized that it was about to go down out there. Now, I mean, with the Face Mob, how was that created?
Okay, now the Face Mob was already, Face Mob had just dropped their first album. One of the members, Smith D, he had just went to jail for murder. So they needed a replacement. So by the time I got out there, he had just went to trial, had just lost the trial, just left. So, you know, Face was like, look, man, I want to do a solo thing with you, but I want to put you in the group to replace Smith, you know. So I'm like, cool, whatever it is, I'm with it. Yeah. So Face Mob was already started. So when I got out there, he took me he had a condo, took me to the condo, and I'm in there, and my buddy Rico, still my friend to this day, he was there. And so we in there chilling, and so the doorbell rang. He like, man, I'm about to go jump in the shower, go get the door. I went to the door and opened the door. It's Devin The Dude. So me knowing Devin The Dude from the R Squad and all that, I've been a fan of rapper, like, you know, in my mind, I'm like, God damn. But, you know, on the outside, I'm trying to be hard, you know what I'm saying? But in my mind, I'm like, fuck, this Devin The Dude, you know what I'm saying? So this nigga had, my first time ever eating chicken and waffles. He had a grocery with chicken and waffles in the motherfucker and 12-pack of Budweiser. So he came in, I told him I was, and me and him locked in. Like right then and there, boom, he cooked the food, we ate, he rolled up smoke, and right then and there, we got the vibing on some stuff. As a matter of fact, he had just started, well, he hadn't even started the solo. He was thinking about doing a solo thing. He would ask me, what should he do? So we started vibing right off the rip the first day. Then a couple weeks later, I went to the studio and met the rest of the guys, DMG, Shy Ray, 350, and all the rest of the guys.
Yeah. So now, what was that like, man, being an A-Town player in the midst of all them Texas boys getting biz out there, man?
Oh, man. It was like I said, man, I had been a fan of rapper like Scarface from like the 80s. So when I started meeting everybody, like it was, like I had to keep it, you know, on the inside, I had to, you know.
Keep it gangster.
I had to keep it gangster. But man, look, I'm running the guys, Willie D, Bushwick, Phil Ford Boys, 3-2, Big Mello, I mean, the whole nine, man. And so it was just an honor to be out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just an honor. Everybody was down to earth, cool. They welcomed me in like I was one of the brothers, you know, and it was all love from day one, man.
I mean, working on that Untouchable album, man, what was that like getting on a classic with that guy?
Okay, now, like I said, I met him. He was on tour. He was on the, matter of fact, he was on the Ghetto Boys tour. They had dropped the Resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was in between working on that Untouchable album. He was actually working on it out in Cali. So like I said, I was out in Houston for maybe like 2 weeks, and then we went out to Cali to finish that Untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
And so, man, we out there at Enterprise Studios, we working. Like, we going to the studio every day. You know, he doing his magic. You know, I'm watching, learning. And one day he finally called me. Me and Devin, as a matter of fact, me and Devin. Daz Dillinger was there because he was on the song as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I went in the studio with Space, Daz Dillinger, Mike Dean, Devin. He's like, man, I need you to spit some on this right here.
Mm-hmm.
I was so nervous, man, I couldn't even write it. But I remember I had like a big old bag of old raps.
Mm-hmm.
And one of these raps I had, I was standing out of Adamville at the time on Martin Luther King, and I had wrote this rap. And so I just started rapping that right there. And I said, hey, man, I spit that to him. He said, stop. Go in there and spit that right there. And so when you listen to that verse right now, you can hear the nervousness in my voice, man. I was so nervous in there rapping. Like I said, I got all these legends like his Daz and Mike Dean. I'm just reading off paper, just so nervous and just, you're like, all right, that's it. Come on out. So I heard it back. I'm like, man, I want to go back in there and relay. He's like, no, that's good. And so then a couple hours later, Lil J came in, Jay Prince came in, and he heard it. And once he heard it, and Big Chief and all the rest of the guys heard it, and they was on it and hyped about it. And Devin and Daz gave him the stamp. That was all she wrote.
What was it like being on Rap-A-Lot at that time, though, man? With all of them legends with that label popping and going crazy and you being in the mix. I mean, what was that like?
Man, like I said, it was like, for one, you know, being on Rap-A-Lot, you know, back then, man, you know, it was before No Limit and Cash Money and all that. The only thing that was around was like Suave, you know, Luke, but, you know, Luke wasn't really on the gangster tip, you know, before like that tip. It was really Suave, but, you know, Rap-A-Lot was before Suave, so it was like an honor and a pleasure. By me being from Atlanta and the first guy from Atlanta to be out there on the Rap-A-Lot thing, you know, it was an honor and a pleasure, you know what I'm saying? I just couldn't wait to let the rest of the world know, and the ATL know, like, look, man, we got somebody from the A out here to represent.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just, man, it was like a dream every day, man, because I go to the studio and you see somebody that I had been buying these CDs and tapes before, you know, and they right here, like, we doing songs and cypher, because they used to love having these cyphers. Like, we'd be in the studio and it'd be like 50 of us. I'm talking about all the Space, 3-2, Big Mello, DMG, all Devin the Dude, all squad, all us in the cypher, man. We just be in there rapping. That's how you got that sound, because it was family, but it was competitive too, because we trying to like get it in. So that's why we hear some of the songs like Bring It On and all that. That's how you got the song, man. Because, you know, like Jay, he loved to do that. He'd get you in the studio and it'd be like all of his artists in there just rapping in the cypher, going off. Man, we didn't have Instagram back then. I wish I could have recorded some of those live ciphers, man.
Exactly.
No, it was really, you know.
Being able to record with UGK, though, man. Talk to me about that.
Man, okay, that's Cigarette.
Yeah.
Short had a house out here.
Mm-hmm.
So once I met Short I met Short before Face, but once I got down with Face, it really just brought it together.
Mm-hmm.
He started allowing me to come out to his house to like record. He could be going on the road out of town. I just call him and he'd go to the house, and his brother Wayne, his mom let me in, and Robin to record me. I used the studio for free.
Yeah.
So there's one particular record, the Cigarette, he had just laid it, and Pimp and Bun was on that thing. And so he like, man, look, this song gonna get you out of here. He said, you need to go in there. He said, you need to go in there and put a verse on this song right here.
Yeah.
I went right in there. So while I'm laying my verse, Ball walks in. 8 Ball walks in.
Mm-hmm.
I've been knowing him out from Houston.
Yeah.
He laid his verse. So that's how that song came about. I wasn't in there with Pimp and Bun, but I was in there with Ball. Me and Ball laid our verse at the same time.
I mean, what was it like being in there with 8 Ball recording, though, man? The Fat Mac himself. Come on,
listen,
man.
It was just an honor, man. Because I remember him, like when that Suave came down through Atlanta, man, you know how that was, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I was just, you know, even though I had been out there a couple of years, I was still like in awe of that shit, man, because I'm a fan of it first. I'm a fan of this shit, man. You know, he go all the way back to Run DMC, Fat Boy, you know, I'm a fan. So when he walked in and Short said he was about to get on the song, come behind me, I really had to right mind and step mine up. You know, I'm like, man, Bun had already came and him and Pimp had already crashed
Exactly.
Bun and Pimp. So I'm like, man, listen, whew, I know I got to come with this on this right here, but watching Ball lay that thing, he went in there with ease. Wrote his thing, went in there with ease. Not too many takes, just maybe 1 or 2 takes out of there. Boom.
Being around all of them legends though, KB, what was the game that you picked up being around all that stuff?
One thing I picked up being around it, God Bless the Dead, Big Mello, Devin The Dude.
Yeah.
Treated like work, like a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like, I would see them 2 cats right there. They would get up, get the kids ready for school, take them, drop them off at school, and come to the studio like work, like if you were dropping the kids off and going to work.
Exactly.
Work in the lab all day. When it's time for the kids to get out of school, all right, y'all, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Like a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Home. Like, take it serious. When you in there, ain't no playing lollygagging. Like, we ain't here to work, man. This ain't no, that's one thing I learned. I learned that from Face too. Like, one thing Face, why he's so serious, he didn't play in the studio either, man. Like, he'll kick you out. Like, I've been kicked out. Like, me and the other Face and our brothers, man, we be in there laughing and playing while he in there trying to do a beat, all right? And we might just say something or just, get you out of there. I done seen him kick some, you know, he'll kick you out of there. Because when he in the zone, he in the zone. And so I use that to this day, man. I don't play. Like, when it's time for me to go create and work, like my kids or whatever, look, yeah, I got to go on somewhere. Let me do this right here. I just, like, treat it like work, man.
Exactly.
Don't play with it.
What were some of the things that you noticed in the game, though, KB, that you wasn't expecting, or was it everything that you expected it to be?
It was somewhat what I expected it to be. I just wish I had just, let me see what the right word for it. I wish I had to just use my time more wisely, man. Because, you know, instead of just going out grinding, when I got out there, man, we call it believing the hype. I believe the hype. Like the women, the cars, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was one of those guys that believe the hype, thinking it's gonna come to me. I'm down with faith. You know, I ain't got to do now. I'm with faith. It's gonna come to me. Not knowing I should have been going and grinding, doing my thing, and bringing it to him. Yeah. Instead of just waiting on him, you know, to give it to me, to feed it to me. Yeah. That was like the one thing that I picked up from it. I should have used my time more wisely. You know what I'm saying? Because I did get out there, you know, chasing the women and the money and the street life. You know, when you out there with that, you in Texas, you know that other thing gonna come to play. So folks listen to the records, they thinking, okay, man, I can get them for this, I can get them for that, and you biting in that right there. So you out there on a whole nother tip. You ain't even know no music shit no more. You out there. You full-fledged, you forgot all about what you out there for. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, you fall off into that thing and your music over here. By the time you look up, your music done pass you. So that's what I picked up on.
I mean, being in the streets out there in Texas and moving around, what was that like for you then, man, when you realized that, man, I'm out here on the grind out here in Texas? And how long did you stay out there?
I was out there maybe 5-6 years, and I got to shout out Scarface brother Warren Lee. I got to shout out Jay Prince brother Booger Boy, because I see Houston is broke down to 2 sides. You got the south side, you got the north side, right? Now, you know, Face is from the south side. So his brother Warren Lee and Devin The Dude and our squad, they took me around the south side, right? But Jay Prince had a brother, Booger Boy. He used to come get me from the studio and show me around on the north side. So I was one of the guys, even though I was down with Face on the south side, I could move around on both sides. To the fact that the guys on the south side, like, man, how you over there hanging out over there? You know, how you know them niggas over there? You know, I'm over here on the north side because Jake Brotherton brought me around these guys over here. So I had love on both sides. Yeah. So, and it was just so, I won't say it was easy, but it was a plethora of it. It wasn't like Atlanta. It was just so much of it out there, man. It was just coming so easy and good to where I had never seen it like that before. Like I had got some money out here in Atlanta, man, but that Texas money was you know, it was on another level, man. So you could get caught up quick. And, you know, once you get it like that, man, you ain't even like the rap money ain't nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? But by the time you look up, your mama calling you, your brother calling you, like, man, when your album coming out and when this, you look like, damn, I ain't got about 3 songs recorded. Well, my mama said, well, how's you sending me this money through the Western Union? I'm doing shows, mama. You know, like, so, you know, man, that Houston, man, that Texas life, man, it was a whole different experience. It was a great experience for me. It's a great city. I love it. I love all those guys out there. They treated me like one of their own. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'm good on the south side and the north side. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all them brothers. You know, like I even got a chance to go through the Screw house. One he took me over there. I met DJ Screw and all those guys.
Oh man, tell me about meeting Screw, man.
Man, like I said, I had never heard of Screw before I went out there. It's like around, like I said, 96. I had never heard of him. So, you know, like when you get in the car with Warren or Devin, they bumping that. Yeah. And so I'm like, man, so he's telling me like, man, these guys be freestyling. They don't write. Like the stuff you hearing is freestyle. I'm like, what you mean? Like they going into, he like, no, they freestyling. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, man, I want to go over there. Like, I want to see this, you know. So he's like, man, one day we gonna go over there. So this had to be like months down the line. Maybe get down the line. One day he's like, man, let's go by Screw. Whipped up over there. Screw was over there. But they wasn't having no session right then. And so, man, I messed around and rest in peace, Big Riley. He had a partner named Big Riley, man. He gave me some of that drink for the first time. And I was so sleepy and tired, man, I couldn't even rap. Like, so my first time drinking it, man, I was drinking it like Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
So I didn't get a chance to rap because I was just so, man, it just had me out of my mind, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. He like, man, you got to drink that shit slow. Big Riley, like, hey, big boy, you got to drink it slow, man. We sip it, man. I done went through like 3 clubs like that. Boom, boom, boom. They putting the Jolly Ranchers in there and everything. I'm like, man, I was just so, I couldn't even rap. So that was one of the only time I could have got down on a Screw tape, but I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was just out of my mind, man.
What was it like when you look at all of those legends that you was around though too from that time? Like with Screw going out as one of the biggest, baddest legends of all time. Being in those atmospheres, did it seem like even with your UGKs, your Scarfaces and stuff like that, Jay Prince for that matter, did it seem like it was that legendary? Did you have that legendary feeling being in those places, or was it just a normal day at the job?
No, I wasn't a normal day at the job. Like it was different, man, because like I said, it's a different culture. Because like I said, those guys out there, man, they was millionaires before they even, before you even heard of them. Like the music game out there is different from the Atlanta game. Like when I got out there, it was Fat Pat, it was Lil Kiki, it was Hawk, it was Big Mo, you know what I'm saying, Big Pokey, this was before Slim Thug, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of them dead end guys, Big Steve, it was a lot of those guys out there, man. Like I said, I was fascinated by that, man, because for one, a lot of those Screw tapes, those guys was freestyling, man. Like whole records, whole tapes, like just off the head, just freestyling. So that fascinated me, man. And then, like, we'd go do a show and we opening up for one of them. You got artists on major labels opening up for an independent artist. That's how big it is out there. Like outside of Texas, Louisiana, you probably never heard of them, but when you go over there, that's their world, that's their city, and they kings. They live like kings, and then Lil Flip, it always have been like that. You know what I'm saying? ESG, all those guys, man. Just to see that, it was just legendary. And of course, on the flip side, the Rap Alive, the UGK, that was legendary. Like it was just, I can remember, man, meeting Pimp C with Devin, and once Devin told him who I was, he offered to go to the studio and do 2 songs on me. Man, come on right now. I'll do 2 songs for you, you do 2 songs on my album. Just off the strength of Devin. Just like that. Pimp C, like, man, come on, let's go to the studio right now.
What was going through your mind when you was rocking with the Pimp at that time, man?
Man, listen, like I said, I was in awe, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, I grew up on them. I listened to them. I grew up on them. So every time I ran into Pimp, after Devin introduced him to me, well, Warren Lee introduced him to him, but Devin really introduced me to him. And after that day right there, every time I ran into the Pimp, it was all love. He always was just A1 with me. One thing about Pimp, if you mess with you, he messed with you.
Mm-hmm.
If he didn't, he didn't. It was just ain't no gray area. He's either black or white with Pimp. Either he gonna fuck with you, and if he fuck with you, he gonna show you some love, and he gonna fuck with you. And that's how it was. I mean, we can be on the road in Dallas somewhere, Cleveland, wherever we at. He would show me love, man. You know what I'm saying? I never did get a chance to get in there and vibe with him and work with him. He was always talked about, but you know, I definitely departed with him and hung with him and, you know, and just, you know, chill. He always showed love. Even when he lived down here in Atlanta for a minute, you know, I would go kick it with him and meet him down at the Gentleman Club and stuff like that.
Yes, sir. Now, Devin the Dude, man, I mean, that boy is one of the coldest producers ever, too. And they really don't give Devin the credit that he deserves as far as what he done did in Texas and just for the music game in general. So what was it like when you was riding out with Devin and watching his creative process?
Okay, well, like I said, my first day in Texas, I met Devin. That's the first guy I met outside of Face. That's the first guy I met. And so then, like I said, he was in a group called the Hard Squad. And so, of course, he brought them along and introduced them. They immediately took me under their wing. I was the little brother. I was the fourth honorary member of the Hard Squad.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people don't know, they call him Devin the Dude. But see, his name is Devin. And his first album was called The Dude, which is named after the Quincy Jones song, The Dude.
Oh.
So the name just stuck, Devin the Dude, but his name is Devin.
Yeah.
So, you know, he didn't really want to do a solo album. He really wanted to do another Hard Squad album. And so when he was, the first two songs, matter of fact, the first song he made for that album was on Do What the Fuck You Want to Do. And I was right there when he wrote it and wrote the hook. He was like, man, what you think? He was just so, you know, like, he wouldn't trust me. I'm like, man, nigga, that shit fire. Like, go lay that shit. You know what I'm saying? So he took me under his wing, so I went everywhere he went. Along his journey, I was right there with him. Everywhere he went, I went. It went to the point like Face, like, damn, nigga, is she gonna work on your album or is she gonna goddamn roll with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, everywhere Devin went, we was like brothers. Me, him, Jug, and Rob, we was like brothers, man. All the Coffee brothers, man. So, but watching Devin, man, Devin got a funny style of creating, man, because he'd be sitting there smoking and drinking and shit, but he'll be writing this shit in his head. And then he'll go in that motherfucking booth and just spit a whole verse. And he'd be like, damn, like, you look at the paper, he might have like 4 words wrote down. But he just went in and spit a whole verse. And he just, like, I don't know how he do it. He just been smoking and drinking and talking, and he'd just go in the booth and just record a song, come out, boom, listen to it, touch it up. He had a real crazy way of recording, but he got it done.
Yeah. Now, being in there with Face, man, when he producing all of them classics and stuff like that, what was that like at the same time too, man, watching Scarface in his prime going crazy?
It was school.
Yeah.
It was school for me, like just sitting there watching, learning. I learned so much watching him, like my recording process, like the way he record. I don't want to give up no secrets, but like he just, you know, it was. He was at school, man, because like a lot of people don't know Face produced too. Like a lot of that old stuff, Face produced a lot of their music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or he co-produced a lot of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he's sitting there and just like Quincy Jones and just play this, play that, do this, do that. Like just to watch him, man, to have the pleasure of sitting there watching that. It's something I'll never forget, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I learned so much, and I use it to this day. You know what I'm saying? The recording process, how you make this word, how you can get it off. And I don't like calling people geniuses, but he up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He up there. You know what I'm saying? I hate using the word genius. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't think nobody but the man above is a genius. You know what I'm saying? But Face, he's great, man. He my top. He the GOAT to me.
When you think about your time over there in Texas, man, what was your favorite time and your best time that you can recall right now, KB?
My best time out there is when, I would say, the best times out there is like when we were creating the music, man. Like when we was creating that My Homies and the Good, the Bad, the Ugly, the Ghetto Boys, and all that stuff, just creating the process. And once we create it, then you go on the road and do a show, and they sing your song word for word. Like, you know, like You know where you was at when you wrote this one song, right?
Yeah.
You record it, it go through the process, it gets out, it gets on shelves, they buy it, you go to the city, and they rapping it word for word.
Yes, sir.
So back then, that Untouchable, My Homies, Devin the Dude, first album, like all of that stuff, creating those records, the Fifth Ward Boys, G to a Key, DMG, Big Mello, creating all that stuff, man, the Black Monks, man, all those guys, man, just creating that shit, man. It was just, I'll never forget that, man. You know, just being in the studio, vibing, coming up with it, and then going out performing it, going on tour. Like, we in here creating it all together, and then we go out on tour and take care of our families off of it. That's what I'll never forget, man. Like, to see the process from start to finish. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'll never forget that.
Now, I was talking to Wicked the other day, and he was telling me that it was about to get real at Jamaica, and you was in the building for that, man. I mean, what the hell was going on, KB?
He talking about ball. See, look.
Yeah.
Man, listen. It was one of them, like, this had to be like around 97.
Uh-huh.
Like 96, 99, about 97. You know, they was hot. They had straight from the deck out.
Yeah.
So, I just had heard Ghetto Mafia was going to be up at Jamaica Joint, had a show that night.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going up there to holler at Ghetto Mafia. I'm not even knowing about the beef. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get up there, and you know how you get somewhere and there's some commotion going on, and you hear the whispers in the crowd. You might see somebody, you know, like, hey, man, what's going on? They tell you, like, hey, man, 8 Ball, man, they about to get up and Ghetto Mafia niggas over there in the vein. So I'm like, whoa. So I go over there, you know what I'm saying? I walk over there, look at the I see Ball and them, and Duke, shout out Big Duke. He was down with Suave.
Yeah.
I see Duke and them and shit. Duke, one thing I can't say about Duke, and this is why I fuck with Duke to this day. He could have been a fuck nigga and just let them just beat up all on them niggas, right? But, you know, Duke was trying to talk some sense in them. Because, you know, Ball and them had them where he wanted them. You know what I'm saying? They, Suave is, you know, like Tony Drake was like, you know, he had some folks out there too. Shout out Big Mo, you know what I'm saying? But so when I got over there, I told Wick, hey, y'all come over here with me. You know, y'all come over here with me. Y'all good. Y'all come over here with me. Cause cause Jamaica, this shit was popping like on the Sunday and the Tuesday. And one thing about Rap Alive, they was deep at every spot in Houston. Like, you know, and if they went deep, one phone call, they'd get there in a matter of minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like 50, 100, 200 niggas. Like, no exaggeration. So Jamaica was like a hot spot. And at any given time, it's 50 to 100 Rap Alive niggas up there easy. So like I said, I was just going up there just to holler at these niggas. You know, because I'm out here in Texas, we from Atlanta, you know.
Yeah.
When that shit went down, I was like, hey man, y'all come over here with me.
Yeah.
And so while I told him to come over with me, Duke was, you know, handling it on his side. Now you would have to get with Duke to see what actually was said on that side. Because I don't know what he told him to make them calm down.
Yeah.
But, you know, he actually resulted in making them calm down because had Duke not been there, it probably would have went a whole nother way. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But, you know, me, I know these niggas, he wasn't gonna let nobody fuck with me and whoever with me either though. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like I said, we had about 50, 60 niggas over here on this Rap Alive end over here. Yeah. You know, so when I say, hey man, y'all just come out here with me to see what's going on. Let's see what's gonna happen. Yeah. It then died down and they talked it out and the beef was squashed. You feel what I'm saying? But hey man, it was something like a movie, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it happened so fast. Like I said, you get out the car, see a commotion going on, you know, like, man, what's going on up there? Oh man, he's over there. Oh, let me go over here right quick. But Duke had already, you know,
broke it down.
Talked them out of it. Cause like I said, Suave had some niggas too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now, I mean, you and Slim Cutter Calhoun, man, y'all boys got in there and jammed as well, man. I mean, break down that chemistry.
Man, that's family, Slim Cutter Calhoun. Yeah. The Calhouns, that came about with Cool Breeze, which is Freddie Calhoun, Paula Calhoun, and Lucky Calhoun, Slim Calhoun, me, Big Cousin Calhoun. Then you had, rest in peace, Bigfoot. That's like a 30-year relationship, the Calhoun. Like, okay. Me and Cool Breeze, we go back always. He was in the group called the East Point Chain Gang with Big Gip now.
Yeah.
So that was like 1991, 92. So along the years, we always kept in. So when he started doing his solo record, and him and Liquor them decided to do the Calhoun, he brought me in to come and do the Calhoun with him. So me and Slim, we locked in day one. And so that song, All the Hustlers, you talking about on the Skinny album, that was the thing where we was out there at Stankonia, and he was working on the Skinny, and Dre and Big was like, man, you need to get your family on there. And we went in there and laid that thing. But, you know, since then, man, Slim, man, we record all the time.
Yeah. What you working on now, though, KB?
Man, I'm working on something, man. I'm going to try to drop it in probably about a month, man. A little EP, you know, so I ain't got no name for it yet, man, because I just had, my mom just passed back in February, so I kind of like getting on like a little break.
I noticed it.
So, but I've been working, man, the past couple of weeks. I've been getting the vibe back, been getting, you know what I'm saying, been getting it back, because I was kind of out of it for a minute, man.
Course.
I started working, and that happened, I just shut down.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And so guys like Slim Calhoun, you know, and Wicked, you know, Pastor Troy, guys like that, been like, man, you need to pick it back up. Let's go. Let's get back to work. So I'm back working, man, working on something, man. You should hear something from me in about a month, man.
Okay. I can definitely dig it. Lastly, how can these folks contact you? And is there anything else you want to get off your chest, my dog?
Man, listen, they can contact me on Instagram at The Real KB with a D, The Real KB Zone 6. If they want to contact me. I'm really not a social media guy like that. I got the social media pages, but, you know, I check in every now and then. But, you know, like my nephews, they be trying to tell me to stay on the social media thing. And one thing I want to get off my chest, man, is that, look here, man, as far as, you know, like this Atlanta thing, man, we got to, like, you know, can't leave out certain parts of the history, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I get a lot of people calling me, you know, like, hey, man, like, where you been? And want to know my story, know my side and all that, man. Like, listen, man, you know, when y'all doing these documentaries and, you know, these movies and things about Atlanta, man, you can't forget about me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like, when it comes to this gangster shit in Atlanta, man, I'm one of the pioneers, man. You know, like, before me and Ghetto Mafia on the east side now, it wasn't no gangster shit, man. And that just, you know, the niggas that I knew that were doing hard shit was the hard boys, you know. Sam did a little something, but man, it was mainly booty shake, man. And, you know, so I'm talking about for like gangster music, like how we know it is. Gangster music. I ain't talking about the hip hop shit. You know what I'm talking about? Gangster music, man. Me, man. You know what I'm saying? Ghetto Mafia, me, man. And, you know, cause like, my first song when I kicked in the door, man, on Scarface Untouchable album, man, that my verse, I'm talking about hitting a lick. I'm talking about riding by East Hampton, man, the Hamp. Getting that bag of weed. That was in 1997, man. Like, you know, when Ice Cube came to Atlanta in 98, he asked about the KB, he asked about KB. He never heard of Boulder Creek. He never heard of Columbia Drive. He never heard of Memorial Drive in Glenwood. Like, guys out in Cali, they never heard of that. You know, they heard a little bit with Ghetto Mafia and then, but they, man, listen, like, Scarface was selling double platinum albums back then. Like, this shit was going all around the world.
That's right.
And I'm talking about East Hampton, Boulder Crest, Memorial Drive, Flat Show, Candler Road. I'm talking about all this shit. This shit going around the world back then, man.
That's right.
Them records. You know what I'm saying? So y'all doing these damn documentaries, man. You know, when you talking about this gangster shit, don't put me in the hip hop shit. You talking about this gangster shit coming out of Atlanta, man. You better put me on that motherfucking list, man. I'm one of the pioneers when it comes to that, man. And that was down with one of the greatest of all time, Scarface, Rap A Lot. You know what I'm talking about? So you can't just skip over me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want to get off my chest. That right there. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody, but hey, man, I can say it now, and I can say it then, and I can say it in anybody's face. You know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, can't forget about KB, baby.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to get off my chest, man. You know, I don't want to sound like no, he just mad. You know, I ain't mad. I'm just saying, man, I want credit where credit due, man. When it comes to gangster music coming out of Atlanta, you got to say KB, one of them pioneers, man. Cause like Ghetto Mafia was doing it, the Hard Boys were doing it. You know what I'm saying? Cobra Guy was doing it, man. But they weren't on the level like Scarface did. I ain't talking about one of your homeboys who got a demo tape over here now. I'm talking about like, you can goddamn go to goddamn Bernard Records and Taylor Turtle Records somewhere and go buy the CD or something. You know what I'm saying? It's selling. Folks in Australia talking about Keller Road. You know what I'm saying? Folks over in China talking about Boulder Crest. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I'm one of the ones who put them names out there first, man. You know, so when y'all doing this shit, man, y'all come look at me, man. And everything I'm saying can be Google. You can look it up. Look on the records. Go back and look at them Scarface records and see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't rapping no hip hop shit, man. I was rapping this real gangster shit, man. My first rap was kicking in the door, hitting the lick, man. Shout out Big Keith, Big Mark, Tony. You know what I'm saying? My partners over there in Four Seasons, Thomasville, Drake, Charlie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Real Gorilla Click shit. Big Slam. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, baby.
I can dig it. Well, KB, my dog, salute, man. Appreciate you coming through this thing, boss.
Oh, yeah, man. I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I've been a big fan, man. I've been watching you a long time, man. And we need people like you, man. Guys like you that put it down, interview guys like me. Let us tell our stories, man. Like, I see all the interviews.
What I realized, KB, these niggas put so much pressure on themselves about everything.
Mm-hmm.
We in here having a conversation.
Yeah.
We in here having a conversation. What's so difficult about a conversation?
Ain't nothing at all, brother.
Come on, man. Have that and give it to these folks because folks want to know what's happening. And it's as simple as that. When folks finally realize that you just having a conversation, then it's going to get a lot sweeter out here.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm a fan, bro. I'm a fan for real. I'm a fan.
Thank you. I'm going to holler at you, KB. Dude,
appreciate you, bro.
No problem.